Jackson family friend Brian Oxman. He told me how he and the Jacksons were feeling about the verdict.
Oh, Aaron, I think the overwhelming feeling is one of being empty. I just cannot really describe the feeling. There's no sense of vindication. There's no sense of justice having been done. It's empty. The fact is, Conrad Murray is guilty. Yes, we know that, but we are still without Michael Jackson, and his kids are without their dad, and that leaves me empty.
How are the kids doing? I know you've talked to them through this. Michael Jackson's children. How are they doing?
I did speak to Mr. Jackson this morning and to Randy Jackson, and they were very apprehensive about the verdict. I know that the children, Prince Paris and Prince Michael, who we call Blanket, have really been, they tried to be sheltered, but you can't shelter those children from the biggest news story that there is. They know what's happening. They know that they don't have their father, and they knew that this was Judgment Day, and it left them, I think, wondering what's it all about.
And the children, obviously, we've been showing some pictures. There have been a lot of pictures of them lately. They've always been smiling. They seem a lot more accustomed to the public eye. Do you think we'll be seeing more of them?
I think we'll see a lot of them because they were Michael Jackson's greatest work. People say, gee, you know, these kids turned out so nice. They're kind of interesting. They're well-spoken. They're very, very smart, sharp children. How could that possibly be? Well, because that was Michael's job in his life as he saw it. This was his most important project. It was his greatest work. And for the public to look at them and say, gee, how did that happen? Those of us who knew Michael, who knew what importance his kids were, we say, but of course, that it had to be.
And I want to ask you, though, about this. Conrad Murray, so he receives a guilty verdict, but by virtually all accounts, Michael Jackson had a problem. He had an addiction problem with drugs. Do you feel that family friends like you or people in the family were also part of how this came to such a sad ending, with people enabling his addiction?
Anytime you have someone who is experiencing this kind of usage of medications, you have both a sense that they have to be individually responsible, and of course they can be and they should be, but the people who were around Michael, who demanded that the doctor be hired, who paid this doctor $150,000 a month. Michael didn't do that. That was done by the concert promoters. They bear a responsibility here. It's as if this were the horse trainer who said, get that horse out on the racetrack and I don't care what you have to do. That's what happened here with Michael Jackson, and the people who were around him have not borne the responsibility which they deserve. So
you think there's other people to blame other than Conrad Murray, but you wouldn't put the family in that group, even though Randy has talked before about how he regrets some of the enabling he did?
Oh, Randy tried so many times to get his brother to get rid of all these people who were supplying him with these kinds of medications. He tried and he tried, and let me tell you something. This is a family that was responsible for Michael Jackson, responsible to him. But when you have the kind of money floating around, what do you say to a man who is a billionaire? You cannot alter his opinion. You cannot alter what he does. And that's just the plain facts of the matter. Do
you feel some sympathy then for Dr. Murray, who, at all, do you feel sympathy for him?
I feel sorry for Dr. Murray. I don't think he wanted to hurt Michael Jackson. I don't think he had malice in his heart at all. But what happened is he got around Michael, he lost his ethics, he lost his sanity, and he did things which were absolutely reckless and irresponsible. So yes, I feel sorry for him, but I say, you know something? What's right is right, and he did not do right by Michael Jackson.
Brian Oxman, thanks so much.
You got it.
Well, scandal is rocking the legendary football program at Penn State. The story is